So I have been sick pretty much all of this week, which made me realize last night that when I look back on this reading vlog, it's going to be me mostly not really talking about the Ravens and not really any other books, because when I'm sick, I just stop reading altogether. So I'm going to be turning this vlog, as of right now, into just the Ravens reading vlog. Hello, it's Sunday night. Welcome back to another vlog. I am drawing myself a bath. I'm sitting in front of my TBR pile. That's why the lighting is super duper weird. And I am picking out the book that I want to read this week. So I am currently listening to the audiobook of Thorn, which I am loving, but I want to read in the tub, and I should pick up my e-copy of Mask of Mirrors, right? I'm loving the book. I just think that I'm having an issue with it because it's an ebook and I'm just not super into reading electronic books. Is that like a normal thing? Like you have a favorite format to read in? Yeah, mine's not ebook. So I'm sitting in front of my physical TBR pile and I'm looking at the many stacks. This is one of 4 stacks of books that I need to read. Okay, so do you guys have the weird habit where you have like a t-shirt that you leave on a chair, and whenever you get home from your day where you're dressed all day long, you change out of your like nice outdoor clothes and then you put on a t-shirt, and since you only wear it for like an hour or 2 every single day, you just keep wearing it all week long? Basically what I'm trying to say is I didn't wear this t-shirt yesterday and today. I literally wore it for like an hour yesterday and an hour today. I woke up this morning with a really bad sore throat, so I'm gonna try to keep this as short as possible, but I have been doing some reading today. So last night I decided to pick up the Ravens, which I was pretty sure I was gonna be picking up. I'm like 12 pages in, maybe, 13, and I'm really enjoying it. I'm hoping to get to a lot farther tonight, honestly. It's about a sorority, a college sorority, where all of the girls in it are witches, but not all of them know that they're witches. Hello. So I decided to stay home today. I don't feel sick. My throat hurts still. It's way less than it was yesterday. So I was just like, you know what? I just need to stay home and heal, which means I'm not going to be talking to you guys a ton because I don't want to talk a ton. But I am planning on sitting down right now and reading some more of The Ravens. I made it to page 100 last night and I'm really enjoying it. It reminds me of Mean Girls meets Pitch Perfect meets Witches. Say more on that later. It is Friday as of right now. I was sick home all day yesterday and I read about 100 pages of this book and past the halfway mark. I'm not absolutely loving it, but I'm also not disliking it. It feels like it's going to be a very solid, very strong 3-star read. It reminds me a lot of if you took Mean Girls and Pitch Perfect and put them together. You have like a very Regina George character front and center, but I mean, she's much more rounded and much more acceptable for a 2020 main character to be like that. But then you also have this whole entire like sisterhood that Pitch Perfect gives you, and it's enjoyable. Of course, there's also lots of stuff to do with witches. Let me tell you what this book is about. I wish I had the dust jacket because the dust jacket is gorgeous and the regular book is just kind of boring, but I didn't leave it on this time. In this book, we're following 2 main POVs. Oh, there's dirt on my hand. Oh, good thing the book is black. You'll never see if I smudge it. We're following two main POVs. One of them is Scarlett, and she is a junior. She is part of this sorority at her college, and she is trying to become the president of that sorority, and her life is going pretty well. She doesn't have like extreme struggles, although not everything goes her way. She has a boyfriend that she really likes who is like super cute and super good to her. And then we're following this girl named Vivi, which is short for Vivian, and she is a freshman at this school, and her mom was really into tarot and basically warned her against going away to college, but she brushed it off as her mom not wanting her baby to leave home. And so she goes to this school and kind of stumbles into this sorority where she realizes very quickly that she is a witch. And Scarlett, that's the sorority that Scarlett's in. Scarlett is a witch, has known her whole entire life. Her mom and older sister were the presidents before her, like way before her. So she has all this familial pressure to be her best. I definitely thought that we were going to have a power struggle between the two main characters, but I really feel like that is not the case in this book, which I enjoy. I also thought we were going to have a lot of girl on girl hate. There definitely is a little bit of it, but I don't think it's necessarily enough for me to comment on it, and it definitely felt like there was a reason for it. Although I do have to say that the characters moved past their hatred extremely quickly, and it was almost like I felt like they had no motivation for moving past their issues. So right now I'm going to talk a little bit more in depth of like the first 150 pages of the book. So if you don't want to hear any of that, I guess I will tell you to skip looking at me until it's something different. One of the things that really was kind of interesting to me was Scarlett's boyfriend becomes friends with Vivi very early on in the book. He like meets her during orientation. He's a senior and he gets along with her really well. Through most of the book, you're not sure if it's like, oh, he's being friendly to her or if it's like he has an interest in her. And because this is college, it works a little bit better for a romantic relationship if that's where it's going, because it's a lot less weird for a college senior to date a college freshman than it is for a senior high schooler to date a freshman high schooler. Although I definitely think it is a little bit odd because by the time I was in senior year and I was ready to graduate college, I can tell you that the freshmen looked like children. So it's a little bit odd that he seems to have some kind of interest in her, whether or not it's romantic. And Scarlett does notice this interest. She's not totally sure if it's just one-sided or what, but she's never really worried about him leaving her, which I really enjoyed. She doesn't seem to lose trust in him or think like, oh, my boyfriend's being stolen away. She's definitely like firm in her relationship. To spoil something, so this is a spoiler for people, I'll put my hand down when it's done. Mason does break up with Scarlett and goes after Vivi. And Vivi says, I'm not gonna date you because you just broke up with my sister, my person that I'm trying to be in a sorority with. That was a really positive moment for them. From the beginning, Scarlett dislikes Vivi because Vivi kind of makes a bad first impression. She kind of belittles and puts down sorority girls and like sororities in general. And Scarlett, of course, takes offense to that because it's something that she loves and it's something that she's wanted her whole entire life. And it's something that she's worked to make her sorority the best that it can be. And for someone to just come in out of nowhere and just to put them down as nothing, I can see why she'd be upset. But she seems to get over this upsetness very, very quickly. Like she holds on to it for a while without relenting, and then all of a sudden with just a snap of the finger, she's past it. Something else happens in the sorority where there's like an outside force, and all of a sudden Scarlett like doesn't care about Vivi being an issue anymore, and they're like best buds. And I just felt like that was a little bit unrealistic. I also think that a lot of the characters are acting a little bit more high school than college. Like there's this giant dance, basically a prom, that most of the school goes to. It's like a winter formal or something. I mean, I never went to a college with Greek life, so maybe that's normal where there's Greek life, but at my college there was never any dances. There were definitely like social events, but not like a prom dance where you'd rent a limo and get super dressed up and go to it. I really like all of these strong female figures. A lot of the side characters have more of the diversity, although Scarlett is Black and Vivi is white. So we do have some diversity in the main cast, but the one queer relationship is like really, really on the sidelines, and I wish we could have a little bit more of them. Like it could have been one of their best friends at least, although I do kind of hate the trope of the queer best friend because it's overdone, and we need more queer people in the forefront of books, not on the sidelines of books. But I'm at least grateful that it's there. As of right now, I can tell there was like reference to like a one-line reference to a trans character and like 2 lines referencing a lesbian couple, and that's been it. I think this is an enjoyable book. I think I would tell other people to read it, but I don't think it's going to be on my favorites list anytime soon. Once I hit the 200 page mark, I really felt like that's where I thought the book was going, and it wrapped up the plot that I thought we were going to be getting into. I thought that we were going to be leading up into, and so when it wrapped up what I thought was happening at 200, I was really confused about what was going to happen. And I spent the next like 20 pages really wanting to DNF the book because I was like, nothing is happening. But I'm glad I stuck with it because this whole entire new plot opens up that is hinted at for the first few hundred pages, but really not delved into, because it's introduced in the first chapter actually that there was some type of murder that happened on campus and that there is some type of girl that has been wronged by the sorority. And then the second 200 pages are dealing more with that plot line and dealing with how these sisters can handle it. So the first 200 pages were about how all of these girls became like sisters together, and then the second 200 pages are them using that first 200 pages of togetherness to grow them stronger by opposing a force that is against them. I'm going to attempt to finish it tonight. I don't know how realistic that goal is. I'm gonna try. Like I said, I only have 150 pages left. I have no plans except for I'm supposed to watch a little bit of TV with some friends later tonight. I might try to read up until that happens, hang out with them for an hour, and then get back into this book. Worst comes to worst, I don't have plans until like 9 a.m. tomorrow, so I could get up around 7 a.m. and get some reading done. My movie night with my friends went a bit longer than I thought it was going to. It is 8:20 right now, and I've read how many pages? 25 pages. So I'm going to sit down right now and curl up and get into bed and do some reading until I fall asleep, which will probably be pretty early right now because I'm sick. And then I hope to finish this up in the morning. Just read a chapter that actually shocked me, and I'm so pleasantly surprised by it that I'm like, maybe this will be a 3.5. I don't know yet. The chapter was great, but like it depends on what the authors decide to do with that chapter going forward that will really affect that decision. Okay, so I fell asleep last night at 8:45 p.m. because I'm sick, and I don't know why I'm trying to do a reading challenge while I'm sick, but whatever. I wanted to come in and say that I woke up at 5 a.m. this morning and I'm going to be doing some reading now. I've switched to the couch because I thought maybe a new location would make me feel better. I don't know. I'm reading. I am at page 300, so I have less than 100 left. I think that means I have like 89 left. And I wanted to say really quickly that the main character, Scarlett, in the last 50 pages has mentioned 3 times that jeans and a tank top is like dressing down for her. It's something she hasn't worn in years, but she's wearing it now. And I don't care. I need her to stop saying that. It's so freaking annoying. So I have about 45 pages left, and the main antagonist has been revealed. I predicted who it was gonna be, so I'm a little bit disappointed. And then the main antagonist just explained why they're doing everything that they're doing, and it was quite literally the dumbest reason I have ever had a book explain a villain's backstory or explain a villain's reasoning. It was so dumb, like so unbelievable, so unrealistic, so dumb. It's so dumb that I might spoil it for you, but I'm not going to spoil it right now. If I spoil it, I'll tell you later. So I have finished The Ravens by Cass Morgan and Danielle Page. I haven't actually said who authored this book yet. So I finished it. I rated it 3 stars. I feel like the ending kind of had me wavering between like a 2.5 and a 3, but overall I did really enjoy this book, and I felt like it was a fun read, if not like super substantial and probably not something that's going to stay with me forever, but not bad either. I'm Not going to tell you the antagonist's motive. They explained it a little bit more as the ending continued, and it made a little bit more sense, although I still feel like it was kind of a dumb ending. Yeah. But like I said, overall, I did really enjoy it. It was enjoyable. I don't think I would ever reread it, and I was shocked that there's going to be a sequel because this ended so perfectly. It wrapped up so smoothly and nicely that I just felt like there was no reason for it to have a sequel because there's nothing to continue on. There's gonna be no overarching plot in the series. It's going to be a duology, so there's only one more, and I did read the summary online that they provided for it, and I don't think I would pick it up and read it. But yeah, that's kind of all I have to say about The Ravens. I am glad I read it. It's so beautiful. It's such a pretty book. Anyways, thank you for watching. Let me know down below if you've read this book or if you're thinking about reading this book. I would love to talk to you about it. And as always, I don't remember how my outro goes, but until next time, I will talk to you in the comments. Bye.